buffs that just went down, they were not straight up a line in the patch notes that was, hey, we buffed Wukong, but the jungle pet getting more damage based on resistances greatly benefits Wukong because you get a bunch of extra armor off of your
lousy games. So we'll keep our eye on that one as things go forward.
And small shout out to Blabber, you know, he's going to be moving up the ranks today, provided he gets 2 assists in this series.
I would hope that my jungler could get 2 assists in a series. That would be pretty important. As
oh, no assist on that one!
Here in the top.
Wow.
All right, we're getting into cultural times here.
Yeah.
As we do have the dragon started up by FlyQuest. Blabber is in the neighborhood. C9 want to make a contest out of this one. Vault Breaker charged up. Caitlyn Trap placed onto the floor. Peacemaker flies out. The smite comes in for Griffin as Quad enters into the fight. Goes for the shuffle. Traps Loki between the junglers. Sitting on their own control wards. Griffin's going to be the first to step up. With Cryogen and Masu having control, they're going to look for Blabber, who immediately wants to reverse things right back after Cryogen. But Blabber is very low, down to 100 HP. He's killed away first as FlyQuest now turn their attention over onto Tactical. Griffin's got to be a little bit careful. Down to 300 HP here on the Wukong. As there's your Shockwave. Vulcan goes in and he lines up the Solar Flare right after. Griffin is stunned up and Tactical guns him down.
Damage. I also want to point out, though, Masu, that was pretty weird for me, like netting in only to go melee
up there towards the top side. Thanatos got away. Solar Flare down here in the bottom lane now is Vulcan alongside Blabber looking to make yet another move. Beautiful True Shot barrage going right through to follow it up. Cryogen dies here first, but now coming in, he's got Quad behind him. Blabber with a flash away, tries to escape, but the Cyclone catches him. Now Vulcan in some serious danger as well as the Emperor's Divide comes out. Yes, Cloud9 are going to get another kill.
FlyQuest to get hopefully their second Drake. It doesn't look like, C9 are not going to be able to contest this, which is really...
I'm still here. Yeah. Can you reach or no? Yeah. Okay, we're going to come, Yeah. Wukong's coming, okay guys? Yeah. It's fine.
He's back. Wait, slowly back.
Wukong's coming,
We
can still fight, no?
Yeah, maybe looking Vi or Leona. Okay.
Look here.
Vi 1 HP.
I can kill Vi.
Vi no flash.
No flash.
Leona no flash.
Just go Leona.
I'm just killing this guy.
Yeah.
Can I get kill? Yeah.
Nice.
You know, 1,000 at almost 13 minutes as they continue to pressure the bot side, but FlyQuest making their big move.
Yeah, FlyQuest have eyes on Thanatos again. During that earlier replay, they tried a 3-man play after him, but weren't able to secure the kill. Now they're sending even more as Thanatos tries to keep the wave away from the turret, but FlyQuest simply do not care. 13 minutes in, they can just hard force this play, find the kill onto the Jace. Meanwhile, C9 applying pressure onto the Tier 1 turret here in the bottom lane. Should be both of these Tier 1s dying, as C9 are going to get the first one down here in bottom lane.
Yeah, I was going to say both teams. And with this gold lead on the Ezreal, I feel like he is a very trustworthy carry to have in C9's fights.
Yeah, Ezreal definitely one of his favorited champions.
Yeah.
Definitely one of his best performers. And he has been both very threatening on it as well as not exposing himself to too much risk. Always like to see them
across both sides of the rift. The only summoner spell that is not available is Loki's teleport as Griffin gets grabbed by the Zenith Blade, but now Vulcan's got to be careful. Needs to flash back away because he ends up going too far forward with that Leona engaged. So now FlyQuest, what else do you want to do? Because the dragon has already been secured. C9 had enough of a distraction there with Vulcan that Blabber was just able to take the Drake, no contest, as the Herald is dropped on the side of mid lane, and that should at least be able to find a charge that gets most of the remaining HP of the mid lane turret. Emperor's Divide just thrown out there to stop the Herald charge. CS title, like the one that they could be playing for on October 3rd and 4th at the Gas South Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. You can scan that QR code, get your tickets right now.
For a Sheen proc there. But the traditional carry, wait a second.
Ooh, that is disaster there for
is pretty, decent at face checking, but in the last couple, it has been Blabber this time clicking quicker on his R button as Masu's just dead.
You want to talk about quick?
We have the gift to play over again. Yeah. same exact thing here, except Masu.
But that was when FlyQuest had 2 Drakes to none. Now C9 is about to tie up this Drake count, so you don't have that different area of advantage, while also players from C9 keeping FlyQuest's attention over in mid. Blabber solos down the Drake. Now, yes, FlyQuest are still looking over towards that Baron, but another Shock Blast hits. Now, both of the big carries on over 1,000 gold lead compared to Masu. Cloud9 as a team, they do have the 1 extra turret over their opponents here as well, as the Baron is started up but not committed immediately, though. Griffin goes in one to commit onto Thanatos. C9 peeling back. Griffin might be your target now, but C9 does not want to overextend because Thanatos is injured. Thanatos probably going to need to take a recall here as Loki steps forward, trying to clear out some of the wave. Blabber goes in, wants to find the target onto Quad. The Azir down to half HP, barely staying alive right now as Blabber loses Guardian Angel. He's going to respawn in a very bad spot. Gakos grabs the kill. Loki into the stasis with the arm guard staying alive for now, but he dies next. Beautiful fight from FlyQuest, has already found two.
Look at him go. He tries to Q and flash. It was a little short. Then he goes for the ultimate, but there's no follow-up there. And Gakos is able to section him off. Trap out of the GA, boom, dead. Again, trap out of the Zonias here from Masu. Very nice. Into another shutdown from him.
Being a little bit ahead of where the rest of the team was at, immediately shuffled out. So now FlyQuest are sieging on this mid tier 1.
You know, it's the full range is kind of hard to get, but Quad didn't even have to flash in response to it, you know? And FlyQuest still have their critical flashes here too. So I don't think that Cloud9 flank.
On a little trip.
Yeah, Blabber with the wrap all the way around here, trying to get the angle onto FlyQuest. Masu chunked down to half HP thanks to the Shock Blast. Gakos' Narbar is mostly charged, but he's not quite there just yet. Blabber with a Mega Blast going over the wall. The Shockwave on top of him. Blabber's trying to follow it up, but Masu's still alive. Finally dies to the last bit of damage from the buy. Griffin in the middle of everybody, going to trade 80 carries back and forth, but Blabber is now also dead. Big Mega Nar coming in. Thanatos has to try to run away as Vulcan exits through the back of the fight. Loki still putting out the DPS of the top laner of FlyQuest, who was all alone.
Now blast cones onto Masu's face, and then just as Masu flashes away, he's still at the ult up, but they're going to fight this.
Yeah, they're going in for it. Quad gets away from the Shock Blast, but Cryogen's going to be the target instead. They know they can catch that Karma so easily. Shockwave into the Solar Flare forces out the stasis from Quad, and he will die right there after. Loki has his own stasis to make sure that Quad finally settles from this extended fighting. It will be a Chemtech Soul claim.
Cloud9 right back in here. Emily, you predicted this with your match of the week.
Let's go. I mean, it was going to be hard to top Ultimate Grudge Match Bowl.
Committed to this. Yes, Blabber's trying to just solo the Baron down. He's got the shielding for the passive there. Tactical takes a massive hit down to half HP. Griffin tries to initiate on the FlyQuest side, but they immediately turn it right back around. Masu is caught. Solar Flare seals his fate, and Griffin's going to die right next to him. Quad's inside the stasis. He stays alive, flashing away for now. Blabber loses Guardian Angel one more. C9's got to be careful. Loki also into the stasis as Blabber tries to get away. He might die for real this time. Seconds. So there should be no challenge. Again, it's another big buff going to C9 uncontested.
Yeah, nice reaction from C9. They're going to be able to get this Baron. They also force Azir to have to respond to that wave that they
were trying to do these trailing split push play where you see Azir on the minimap kind of behind the Gnar out of vision. He was waiting the whole time. He was hoping Cloud9 were going to take the bait and attack the Gnar, but they didn't take the bait, and they've got Baron, so they're going to race your base with Baron. The Baron team always wins those races, Flowers.
Yes, C9's death balling it down bottom lane. TPs are trying to come in, but the first Nexus turret has already been killed. Griffin tries to engage and buy a little bit more time. Vulcan into the back line, looking to put pressure onto the carries now as the Emperor's Divide is already used, but Griffin is down. Gakos in the middle of everybody, but he won't get much. Quad dies next. FlyQuest are collapsing in real time. The Sun Disk is alive on the ruins of the first Nexus turret. C9 still pushing. C9 found Baron. C9 find another kill. Cryogen dies. Masu and Gakos against the full C9 squad. Masu tries to get away as Tactical shifts forward. Gakos now caught by the Zenith Blade, but the Shield of Daybreak not quite in range to get the follow-up yet. Accelerated Shock Blast finds another target. Gakos dies before he can transform. C9 just walked up to the bottom lane, kicked the door in, and won the game.
What a game one.
Yeah, here we go. So Griffin takes the Mbessa. Blabber's going to match the Mbessa with the Poppy, try and keep her grounded, and it's a lock angle for the dive. Now, to really help out divers like this, I do like when you're going for them. So there is possibly a world where the Flashless Shen gets punished, and he is kind of low health at the moment as they go for the blue steel.
Okay, Loki does get hit with the first scat of the week, but oh no, it's first blood already over to Tactical. Ghost little flower petals. Okay, cool, I like that. That's thematic.
You just made me realize that I automatically call it hot cocoa because
same.
Also, I did not for 1 second did I believe that
Bard was topside. Was that C9 is actually able to pick up that first Drake again, going hand in hand with their early game plan as
Ooh, immediately they drop the taunt onto Masu, who tries to get away, but he can't sidestep the deadly flourish. The Varus is dead again. Tactical uses his cleanse to make sure that they're getting back away. Cryogen goes on a magical journey, trying to come through the wall and do something back. He's got Quad behind him. Tactical should be dead to rights here. Vulcan does manage to get away. Tactical, there's no way out of this. You just kind of got to decide how this is going to go down. And
Get another minion.
Decides it's going to go
just
down
yapping.
like this. Tactical does manage to get one last minion as he is shut down.
By C9, you know, swapping their bot lane, taking advantage of zoning Gakkos completely away from this turret and being able to snatch
No,
up.
around here. We're about winning. So, and Afromu currently is not playing. Maybe he comes back, but
Well, I also don't
That's
think
one more.
that Cryogen's really playing a lot right now either, as he is caught in the enemy jungle, trying to do what Bard does, roam around a little bit, instead gets immediately punished. But now Blabber, the same fate. He stays alive for now, flashes back over the wall, tries to stay alive there with a point-blank keeper's verdict, but Griffin gets the kill before he dies to
your
Loki.
extra cooldown back a little bit refunded for the ultimate too. So we can keep the pace of the action. 2-0 on the
Oh, it's
Here
a
comes the
full
squad.
C9 party. Balloons, streamers, they probably even got a DJ for this one. Gakkos trying to just clear out the wave. There's Grim Deliverance as he tries to escape, but nothing's going to deliver you away from 4 people.
Got that kill in bot lane earlier on, so having your Syndra in a good spot, also great, and then Tactical cleaning up that topside turret.
Ooh, Cryogen goes for the Tempered Fate. He misses that and the Cosmic Binding. Thanatos staying alive for now, but remember, there was no Dominus, so as soon as Griffin commits the public execution.
For this game, you know, huge burst damage for both of those champions, and the bot lane play does result in some success for them to keep their lead, keep the long lane nice and open on the bottom side of the map. Cloud9, good response, so, you know, pick up the Herald. That's always good for a couple plates. So,
You lost your invite in the mail.
yeah, so
Well,
we're gonna have a secret party.
we got another party now in the Cloud9 jungle.
Ooh.
Unleashed power delivered.
You know, for the dragon fight, so maybe they call it off.
Yeah, I think that's why you do see Griffin kind of hovering around. Just as I say that.
Yeah, Griffin was hovering around, but Vulcan was ready to try to answer. Now Tempered Fate defensively coming out from Cryogen. C9's attack has not worked out thus far. Griffin still getting away for now. Loki going in, finds the first kill there with a killing spree. Vulcan gets away now too, but Loki's got to be careful. Double kill lands with the Cryogen, but it is mopped up as Quad gets one back. Now Blabber's got to be careful. Masu chasing him down. Can't quite do enough damage. It's a 2-for-1 so far, favoring Cloud9.
Drake. So despite, Quad searching for Blabber.
Yeah, Blabber tackles away to the red buff to keep himself safe from Quad's attack, and then Vulcan and Tactical show up. Quad gets a
Loki, but
All right. FlyQuest wrapping around here, wanting to make the play towards Loki, who goes over the wall, gets himself away for now, throwing some ritual nails towards Griffin, but Scout of the Week finds a target, public execution, going after the mid laner, and Loki has already been assassinated. Tempered Fate to try to save Griffin as Thanatos disengages. There's not enough damage here from C9 to finish off Griffin, and the play ends up working out for Fly so far. Now the curtain call has opened up. FlyQuest have got to make sure they protect the VIPs. They do just that. +1 Fly on the play.
Careful here, they're gonna look you. They're gonna look you for sure.
You want you on me?
I'm not coming, I'm
No
not
flash
coming,
this guy.
I'm not coming.
Wait, can you help me? No flash. No, look, lock.
Lock.
Lock is there.
Lock that.
Renekton on me.
Renekton.
I
We're hitting
play.
Renekton, okay?
Ion
Just
Pearl,
look
can
to
you
run.
kite?
Look
Can
to
you
run.
kite? Can you kite?
Look to run.
I'm pushing.
I'm fine.
Oh, back to live immediately. We got a problem as Masu is down. Tactical claims in the mid lane that led to this Drake take for C9. It's just Blabber. He's got Deadman's. He's got the steadfast presence. He gets Masu's attention, and then it's Vulcan who ends up pulling the trigger for the engage. That enables C9 to take this Drake uncontested. They are now on sole point on this Hex Tech rift that you mentioned earlier, Emily, and that is a scary prospect for FlyQuest.
facilitators. And once you get Deadman's,
Ooh, Chains of Corruption and Tempered Fate both shot out. The chains miss, the Fate does not. Blabber gonna be your target in the middle of 4. Keeper's Verdict tries to buy enough time, but Blabber is already down. Meanwhile, back over in mid, Quad could be in some danger. Vulcan locks him up, but there's no follow-up damage. FlyQuest gonna walk away with a +1 so far on this one. They have a 5-man group here in the mid lane. The tier 1 turret will die to a single auto attack. Masu grabs that one. Baron is live on the map, and FlyQuest path their way towards it.
just as we're talking about, Blabber, good pickoff on the Varus in mid lane, then he gets picked. Just the edge of Cryogen's ultimate. The Bard caught him, and now they're on Baron, drawing Cloud9 in.
Okay, C9, what's it gonna be? Thanatos taking the Hex Gate. He's behind the Baron pit wall now. Gakgos jumps over, chasing towards the Crocodile. Thanatos needs to make some distance, and he slices over the wall and finds Masu, who has to flash just to try to stay alive. Quad is killed instead. Beautiful moves from Thanatos to force a critical summoner spell out of one carry and kill the other.
Thanatos with the 5-head Mega Mind Crocodile play. He flanks all the way around until inevitably a Baron Steel Flowers.
Yep, hold on now. FlyQuest is still willing to challenge. They're coming up as a 4-man unit. Keep your eyes on Griffin as he wants to go into the pit. Gakgos is in here providing a little bit of vision. Baron down to 2,000 HP. Secured by Griffin. FlyQuest take the objective. They are going to lose their jungler for it. Beside him, teleports arriving now for Thanatos and Gakgos both. Everybody's ready for the Hex Soul Party. Blabber jumps in. He immediately charges towards Masu, but he has no backup here just yet. Loki's right on top of him. They've already assassinated the Barons. Loki trying to get away for now. Griffin on the chase, but he can't quite find the kill. Gakgos in the middle of everyone. Grim Deliverance. He's trying to charge Determination, but he is not determined enough. 3 dead on the FlyQuest side. C9 don't lose anybody. Blabber with a tackle forward into the wall. Griffin trying to fight his way out of this one, but Thanatos has arrived. Loki's still here for the follow-up damage. Griffin's just trying to get away, but no. Loki jumps in, stays alive just barely, but barely's gonna do it. C9 absolutely slammed the fight 4 for nothing. They're gonna take the Dragon Soul right after.
Every time I think C9 have gone in too far, it feels like Vulcan is there with a follow-up taunt onto these targets that Blabber...
Well, C9 is now going to continue pushing their lead forward. FlyQuest grouped up defensively. They know they have to deal with this Hex Soul now. It provides C9 so much more power as Thanatos loses a good chunk of his HP, down to about half here on the Renekton, but Blabber is looking to re-engage. Thanatos with the dominance. Gakgos here on the front line, but Thanatos doesn't want him. The Tempered Fate locks up multiple players here from both sides, and Quad is already down. That's the carry Syndra. That's the fed FlyQuest player. C9 gets one, they get themselves right back out. FlyQuest still scrambling, trying to defend as Tactical puts a bullet in the back of Cryo. 2-0 play for C9.
You can see how much damage this Hextech Soul is doing in that fight too. Tactical now is going to be able to clean up this topside turret, and things are looking
table. So we expect Cloud9 to continue to snowball this game, grab their Baron, and then look to finish the job at the FlyQuest base. Maybe even before then, they've got eyes on Masu, who again has no flash here, just a Ghost Blade to run for his life.
Yup, but he does do a good job sidestepping away from the taunt as Loki wanting to step up.
It's been very difficult. You know, Team Liquid and Lion are top teams. Losing to them is really rough, but now here against Cloud9, they're on the precipice of losing here as well.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's looking at Liquid and Lion as the top 2 right now, but Gakgos wrapping around from the side, trying to find the angle here to enter into the fight, tackled back into the wall instead. Determination mostly filled, but not quite there. The bar's not red yet. There he goes with the Grim Deliverance. Gakgos in the middle of everybody as Vulcan has to try to get away. Blabber and Thanatos still here on the front line. Tactical opens up the curtain call. Quad wants to escape, but he's trapped in purgatory, and he goes to hell. Blabber continues to charge forward as Loki gets a double kill and Masu falls. A triple kill for the lock. Loki is popping off, but Thanatos denies the penta as he cuts Griffin down himself. Only one left standing on FlyQuest. It's Gakgos alone. C9 simply went past him. It didn't matter that he had the positioning that he needed. C9 found the fight they wanted. Now they have the march straight into the enemy base. They are going to force down these Nexus turrets without much of a fight from Gakgos. There's nothing that the Zahin can do. C9, 2-0, dominate the head-to-head against FlyQuest.
Cloud9 are heating.
0 teams.
Exactly. Tied with Shopify Rebellion now, and we'll see if Lions
Welcome, Vulcan. Before you sit down, you have to put this right next to Aframo because you tied with him.
I tied with him.
You tied with him. You could have got the last
If you got one,
that's
crazy.
one.
Okay.
One
But yeah,
more
put it right
minute.
next to Afro.
Can we play a third game?
We were asking. Literally, if you had gotten, I think it was Gakgos that you were chasing at the end. If that had been an ace instead of a 4 at the end, yeah, that would have had it. Damn.
I'm sitting in the middle. I'm
What are you
sitting
doing,
right in
Raz?
the middle. You get over there. I'm sitting in the middle.
Okay.
Raz is
Or I
going
can sit
really
on your
right
lap.
now.
Yeah.
Squeezing in.
I can sit on your lap if you want it.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Another. So that could be the last assist.
Yeah, hey, there we go. But I still want to ask, though, you have one more assist, you're going to take it. It feels like it's inevitable. It's going to happen, right? But, like, already your face is right up there with Aframu. What's that feel like, just seeing your face up with one of the GOATs?
It's pretty crazy that I've been in the league for so long, I guess.
Yeah.
And I've not tied with him. Yeah, because it's like the thing old people say when they're like, only yesterday, you know, I entered the league and I was a rookie. And now I'm like the oldest player of my team and stuff like that. So yeah, but it's crazy. It feels good.
Mm-hmm. There's this whole concept in my head of like second generation players coming in and like taking over the records at these first gens. Because in my head, Afro was a first gen. I know like technically you can make arguments he wasn't like right at the start, you know, pre-LCS era, but it's cool. Core JJ is behind though, so you can't
close.
sleep
He's
on
chasing,
it.
yeah.
He's on your heels, yeah.
How is it being the oldest player on the team? Because you got Thanatos, who I'm sure you give him a lot of zoomerisms. You make his life hard, Thanatos?
At the beginning, yeah.
Tell me about this series. You had some interesting tech. The electrocute Jace into the Gnar matchup. Why did you do electrocute? It's pretty rare.
After game, I should have a grasp.
Really?
Instead of electrocute, so it's not.
No?
Accidental tech?
Was it accidental or did
No,
you?
it was not accident.
Okay.
I thought about it and I chose electrocute and I checked damage. After game, it was only 1,000. So
Yeah, regret.
Well, hey, you got a solo kill. Probably because the electrocute.
it was, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty close. But also, Jet, you noticed that the build on the Renekton in Game 2, the Zeke's Convergence, that's something that I haven't seen before. So what was the reason for the build in Game 2?
Because like big fight was coming and then I had only like 2.4k gold. So that was my just a full item that I could buy only. That's why I buy.
That's great.
Vulcan, that last game seemed stressful. At least it was going a little bit back and forth. What was your thoughts on the last one?
To be honest, I felt like the first one was more stressful if we're going to be comparing stress levels.
Okay, fair enough.
This one I felt like we had in the bag for most of the time. I think I played a very solid game up until that one very bad point top where I'm too old to flash a very sold properly. And then I inted Loki. I ended up making it out, so that was all good, but Loki died for it. But no, I thought this game, we were making good plays. It's kind of hard for them, like whenever they have no flashes and stuff, we were playing well around like getting their summoners and then making it hard for them.
I thought it was going to be really hard to make fights happen and get the resets for Loki. He won player of the game. Part of it is just I felt you guys played so well around the lock. Like, just do you want to talk about like what you needed to have happen to make those engages work? Because it just felt like, at least to me, Poppy, Renekton, Lock, and like Jin Shen, it didn't feel like you had great hard engage, but every single time you were finding the fights.
No, we really don't have good engage, but the thing is that when you're winning side lanes, like Renekton was able to push with however we have Shenult and stuff like that, you're able to like have flank positions or like have someone loop around, and it's more of like we're waiting for them to overextend rather than like we're just going to brute force and you know just engage. We have to wait for a chance, and it's very conditional engage where like Blabber needs to have a flash E angle on somebody who's no flash, and then I can ult on. Yeah, they just kept giving angles because if you want to fight a Drake, you have to exit your turrets, and then there's walls everywhere. So it's kind of hard for their comps, I think, once they start losing early game.
Sure. Also, you were the people's champion right there. So the Twitch chat voted player of the game, and Vulcan got that one.
Chat.
So well done, even though Loki took it at the end of the day. That's going to be all the time that we have for both of you here. Thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us. Congratulations on the 2-0. We'll see you in Mexico next, actually.
Vamos.
You get a week off.
GG.
Yeah, enjoy the vacation. That's going to be it for now. We have Sentinels versus Lion up next.